this week they've started and brought the work huts and so forth in this week. They've brought a big bay in to wash the trucks, so that as they dip off the soil, they wash the trucks out and they're coming up and down the road. And it looks like it's, well, they said August to mid-January, but they're hoping to have it all finished before Christmas. And the foreman told me yesterday that it will be probably another week and they'll be wanting to start. They've already had brought in a heap of trucks with crushed rock and everything else in there now, and all they've got to do is bring their computer gear. They had an electrician up here this morning, so all they've got to do is bring their computer gear and their laboratory things in, and it's all ready to go.
About to start.
Start.
So it's going. What have they told you? How many trucks and things are going to be on site? 1,500
trucks are coming up and down this road with the bogey with a bogey on behind them.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and they're bringing
clay or gravel, yes. And what they're going to do is take the top off that, then put clay or gravel on top of that, and then bring topsoil in and put on top of that, and then they can revegetate it with a lot of native plants and so forth, all small stuff so that it'll grow. Yeah, even probably put some Chinese scrub like that's there, because that's prolific. That'll grow like nobody's business.
Yeah. Henry, it's been a long process and there's been lots of delays. Are you happy with the process eventually, or are you? Because I know you've been very angry during the process and they've delayed you many times.
Yes, no, I think I won't believe it until I really see the work start, but I am feeling a lot better with just seeing the trucks come up here now and the sites are all on sites there and the wash. But yes, I think it could have been handled a lot better by the government, because, as I say, it's been a long, drawn-out battle. But the main thing I want is, as I say, the signs to be removed, my house roof tanks and that to be cleaned, and take the restrictions off my place so that I can have a veggie garden and do whatever I want to do.
When the process was planned, there have been a few hiccups along the way, because nobody really understands the science, do they?
No.
You must have learned a lot about it during the time.
Oh, I have. I knew a little bit before when I came out here, because I worked over the psych centre and they had the calcine sands over there. So I knew what to expect. As I say, I knew that it was more vulnerable to children, no veggie gardens, everything else, which I can understand why they've slapped restrictions on us in Derwent Gully Road here for that, etc. So, and I felt comfortable, as I say, out here, because the scrub was all like you see there, and as I say, it wasn't a great hassle until Black Saturday came, and once it burnt the top off and exposed all that, as I say, that's when the trouble all started. We started getting wind blow our way. As I say, I couldn't drive down the road here without putting my lights on. And as I say, and I've went to all the politicians, I've been everywhere under the sun. I thank the Weekly for what they've done and for supporting me. And as I say, and once I see it done, the restrictions lifted, I can then try and move on, because I can't move on while you're prisoned in your own house, and that's the way I feel.
What's it meant for your community? Because you've got to know a lot of people through the process, haven't you?
Yes.
Do you think, I mean, it must have been difficult sometimes?
Yes, it was difficult sometimes, yes, but...
You've got to know people though, so
yes.
Has it been good for the community?
Yes, it has. Well, I've worked not just for me, I've worked for the community. I took a petition up and I walked right from where the fire started, right through to the Gold Mines Hotel where it finished. I have 400 signatures in there of every house that was in the fire path, and as I say, and I never got one knockback the week I did that. And as I say, and because it wasn't worded properly, the government wouldn't accept it.
But you kept at it.
I kept at it. I was determined that I'm not just going to fight for me. I'm fighting for all the young ones down there with little babies and everything else, because I know what it can do to them, everything else.
Do you think that we've learnt some more because of the work that you've put into it, and because the process has been with Parks Victoria and the Department of Primary Industries it is now? Do you think that through this process we've learnt some more about dealing with Bendigo? Because Bendigo's got a lot of this problem.
Yeah, I think this is the problem. I think that the government was very reluctant to do much and was hoping that I'd go away and would revegetate itself. I think because Bendigo is full of it, and this would set a precedent, and therefore the other areas would jump up and down, and they would have to do something. And I think really, I personally believe that for a start there, that was the whole idea of, well, Henry will shut up one day and we'll move on, and we'll be right.
Henry, you're about to have a lot of trucks, a lot of men, a lot of work people, but you don't seem unhappy about that.
No, I'm not.
You're happy to have
I'm
the noise
happy to have the noise and
yeah.
the trucks and everything else, yes. And as I say, they are saying that, well, it's going to start full on 1st of August, and it will be done. The maximum is middle January, but they're telling me that it will be hoping to be finished before Christmas.
Well done, Henry.